Hello traders, Gary Wagner here just after 11 o'clock in Honolulu, 4 o'clock in New York on Monday, the 12th day of January 2014, and this is the daily report for gold and silver. We have a nice breakout to the upside in the precious metals, with gold currently trading up roughly $10 on the day, at $12.3317. That's our current print. The low $12.1870, the high $12.3580. Silver also trading higher on the day. In terms of percentage gain, not nearly as much as gold, but you can see we're at 1656. The high 1664, the low 1644. More on silver in a little bit. No doubt, an interesting day which has developed in the marketplace. Oil really sliding tremendously today. Equities markets under pressure. Dollar backing off a little bit. We'll look at those charts individually. First, I do want to visit our gold chart. This is a much more short-term gold chart, 720-minute chart. And on this chart, this is the one chart we're looking at in terms of a potential breakout, as we noticed a compression of sorts. And when I say of sorts, the reason I'm saying that is because we did get a series of higher lows, and now we have a series of higher highs. The compression only came until we got this actual breakout above this interim level resistance line based upon these series of tops here. So with that in mind, we've broken quite nicely, and now we are currently just at this one top that we need to breach. We're right there right now, 33. And then, of course, we've got another one at 52. 52 is really, should the market go there, I should say first, but 52 is really the point that we want to get to, because that breaks above this high, and that really signals a potential substantial rally, which has really been underway since the beginning of November. Of course, it took us some time to realize that it could in fact be a pivot point or a reversal area as opposed to simply a counter trend. Now, the evidence is not 100% in yet. However, it continues to mount, and this nice rise that we're seeing today is all part and parcel of that fact. So traders, this is really what's been setting this market off in the direction that it has, along with the equities markets under tremendous pressure, and that has been the crude oil market. As you can see, we plotted a couple of different areas last week where we thought we could find some support, and like a hot knife through butter, this market has barreled through there. Currently trading at $45.89 per barrel. This is a monthly, so this gives you an indication we're at the 12th day of the month, and it has come down considerably. When we look at our weekly, you'll see that we've had this consistent trend of down weeks. We really haven't seen any week in which the market has closed up really since October of last year. Now, the dailies is just going to, the only reason I would look at that is so you get an indication of how strong of a move down this is today, but it's really the monthlies that give us a sense or a feel for what we're looking at. A market that's definitely under substantial pressure. So traders, as we look at our Standard & Poor's, this is our weekly chart. I'm going to pull up our shorter term chart, 720-minute chart in a second. But you can see without a question of a doubt at this point, we talked about a couple of different areas where we would look for some resistance possibly come in, 150% and 161%. Well, we've certainly, at least for now, we've gotten somewhat of a sell-off as we've seen this market pretty much retreat. It's harder to see on this weekly. We really have to look at a much more short-term where you can see the kind of effect we've seen in the equities markets. And so traders, this is really the chart that I'm talking about. It is a half-day chart, 720-minute. Standard & Poor's, the E-mini contract. You can see mid-October of last year trading at about 1820, and it moves to a new record top. This record top here being roughly at about 2070. From there, we got a fairly sizable retracement as it came back down. Then it came up and hit this new high. This new high, of course, is at 1290, but this is the reference that I wanted to make. You can see that we tentatively found support just last week at around 1985. We had it bounce off, this being Friday. Today it seems like it's moving back down, but it is most certainly off of these record highs right now. So traders, this is the dollar index, our weekly chart, and you can see we talked about the fact that we had at first a series of triple tops that we had to overtake. That happened quite easily. That's this area right here, roughly at 89. At that point, if you recall, I said that there's really no severe resistance up until we hit this top, this double top here at about 92. And that's exactly where we're at right now. Now, the market has traded above this particular area, but is currently right at this area. So we want to take a close look to see if the dollar can find a little bit of support or consolidate in this area to go to higher pricing, or if it's going to back off a little bit. So traders, lastly, I want to take a look at this gold chart. Now, this, of course, is a 3-day gold chart. It's a little bit more difficult to see, and it's a little tough to scale it essentially the way I'd like to. But in essence, what I'm pointing out in this particular chart is that even on our longer-term resistance lines, we have definitely at this point clipped above that. Of course, they're cascading down at a pretty steep angle on this chart, but you can see we've definitely moved over this particular point. We will look to trail our stops up either later on today or in the morning. I will send out a special trade alert. For right now, we're going to maintain our current long position in gold, maintain our current long position in silver. So traders, one of the things that we'll be doing over this week is starting to plot our exit strategy on our current trade. Of course, we'll trail the stops up behind it, but we want to have some sort of an indication or a target at which we think these markets could go if we are correct on our basic assumption. Now, the basic level that I'm looking at for in silver right now, and let's kind of line this up, is going to be around 17 to 17.25. That is based on these tops right in here. So we're looking at what, about 75 cents from here. That would be my initial target in silver. We'll talk about our targets in gold tomorrow. This has been Gary Wagner, wishing you as always good trading. Have a great day. We'll talk to you tomorrow for another daily update review. Bye-bye.